What's up, dudes? We're gonna be doing a hub assembly on a 2010 GMC Acadia. Let's get down to it. 13 millimeter on our caliper bolts. Gonna loosen those guys right up. Try to do this in pretty much real time. A little editing as possible. Hopefully no editing. Feel free to hit that fast forward button if I'm being too slow on this job. I got those bolts out. I'm gonna grab me a big screwdriver, try to compress this caliper a little bit. Grabbing in the thingamajig of the rotor. You know, those slots in the rotor. And a little press. It'll come out of there. Alright, we got a 21 millimeter. Well, this one had 19 millimeter lug nuts on it. Just to let you know. 21 millimeter for the caliper mounting bracket. We'll just give her a zipperoo. Piece of cake. Make sure your slider bolts are nice and free on your caliper while we're here. These ones are good. I like it. I don't know if you like it, but I like it. This is my air compressor kicking on. Alright, next step is to get this rotor off. Let's find a good spot for this caliper so it doesn't bounce around on us. We're going to need a big old hammer. We don't want to hurt this rotor at all. And we've got a T30 Torx bit. Probably should have took this off before taking the brakes off. T30 Torx bit in this little set screw. There we go, it came right off. This one's not seized in there. And looks like we don't need the hammer. The rotor's coming right off smooth. Let's go. GG's rotor. Woo. There we go, rotor's off. Grab that screw we dropped. Piece of cake. Alright, we got a 34 millimeter on the axle nut. We'll go ahead and zip that guy off. She's done so. Should always replace that axle nut when you're doing hub, CV axle. This CV axle is pressing straight back for us without having to use an air chisel on the center of the shaft here, or a punch and hammer. It's coming right back for us. So that's beautiful. So far so good on this project. So we have 13 millimeter bolts on this hub assembly. I'm gonna see if I can get them all zipped out of here. We'll start off with the easy one. One. Come on, baby. I can't get on it. I just can't get on it. Maybe if we turn the wheel the other way, maybe we'll have more room. I doubt it. See, is anything gonna pinch that caliper? Hopefully not. There we go. Go all the way to this side, see if we got more room. Yeah, I don't think we got more room either way we go for that top one. See if I can get a ratchet on it. Down there tight. But yeah, with the extender, to get past your CV boot, you can get to it. I don't think I had it cut all the way to the right there. I think I could have possibly gotten it with the impact. I should have made sure I was cut all the way. All right, these are coming out nice and easy. I mean, after I cracked it free, it's coming out by hand. Not too rusty on this one. There we go. Got that bolt out. Now we just got to grab our last one. Should be able to get an impact on this last one here. Yep. Got an impact on it. Sweet. Alright, so that's all 3 bolts from the back of the hub out. Now it's hammer time. You could try to get an air chisel in between here. Lubricate it with some PV plaster. There's all different ways to take these hubs off. Let us see if we can just hammer this one off. It's starting to get toasty in here. Might hear a little bit of wind from that furnace. Tornado sirens going off. Alright, caliper, I need you to stay up in there somewhere. Just go ahead and just stay right there, caliper. Nope. How about... There we go, that's a good spot for it. It's cracking free, that's a good sign. Now we can get the blaster right up in there. Shove it in. There we go. It's coming loose. That's a good sign. We got to get our wheel speed sensor out of the way though. Let's grab the new hub assembly. Well, this doesn't look good. Oh no, this wheel speed sensor doesn't have to go nowhere. This one's built into the steering knuckle. Duh. So we don't even have to worry about that wire. I looked like I knew what I was doing there for a minute. We got our new hub assembly right here. A little plastic piece on the back, we'll throw that away. There's our pickup for our wheel speed sensor. Make sure you don't get no metal shavings on that magnet. Alright, PV blaster is soaked a little bit. There she goes. You're going to want to make sure to put your dust cover right back on the way she came, like this. This one looks surprisingly clean. You can go in there with a wire wheel, Dremel tool, and clean it out, clean off the surface, but this one is really clean. We're ready to put the new hub on. I'm going to use a little bit of grease. This is going to let it slide into that new hub assembly with little resistance. A little bit of grease on the splines of the CV axle here. That'll just help out. Three bolts going back through. It's gonna hold our dust cover on. We're gonna want to straighten the wheels out. Make it easier on us. There we go. 3 bolts fed through. Clean off that wheel speed sensor. If it's got anything on it. Dust her off. Alright, time for our hub assembly. Try to get it started in these splines. Go. It started in the splines. Now we're going to just thread these bolts in by hand, get them started. That one started. That one feels started. There we go. Cut the wheel so I can get to them. And get these on here nice and tight. Looking good. Nice and tight. I was able to get the impact on that top one. Now we're going to cut the wheel the other way. So we can get to that last bolt. Make sure it's going in straight, not cross-threaded. Nice and tight. We can straighten our wheel back out. I'm going to give this axle nut a little zip. We are not torquing it down at all. Just almost getting it snug, just so it's there. And we'll cut our wheel back to the right because we're working on the right side, so we can reassemble the brakes. Now all you need to know is your axle torque spec on your axle nut. So we're gonna put the brakes back together, throw the rotor on, put the set screw in. Caliper mounting bracket goes on, nice and tight on these bolts. Put your caliper over the mounting bracket, put your 2 bolts in the back. Pump your brake pedal a few times because we press that caliper a little bit. Get those brakes set in. Put the wheel back on, take the wheel cover off. That way we can hit the axle nut while the vehicle's on the ground with the torque wrench. Let's get that torque spec for you. Alright, we got the book here. Going to GMC. Acadia front wheel drive. This is front wheel drive. 2007 to 2016, all the same. 173 foot-pounds is the torque spec on your new axle nut. And that's what we're going to want to torque it to. And that about covers it. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, drop a sub. Appreciate it.